Hello everybody, welcome back once again. We are playing Baldur's Gate 3 as the Dark Urge, and I'm trying to get the most experience we can get. The first little bit here is actually, so I've entered the mountain pass and just kind of gone a little bit to the east, and that is where Lady Esther is at, and she starts the quest, Steal a Githyanki Egg. I don't think I'm going to give her the egg, and so basically what I did here was buy everything from her that I could, and then just knock her out. As I said, I don't think I'm going to end up, giving her the egg. I think I'm going to kind of complete that quest in another way. But we'll see. But anyways, she does have, some interesting gear. Looks like boots of eternal momentum, gloves of baneful striking. She's got the hobby. What? It's a very weird name for a war pick, but okay. Did I see? I'm not seeing anything else here. But yeah, anyways. Oh, she got the graceful cloth too. But anyways, we did get, I think it was 75 experience. Let me just bring up my, 75 for knocking her out. Alright, next up is a pretty big battle here, kind of at this crossroads. There's a bunch of ghouls and a couple of death shepherds. And you end up getting a fair amount of experience from these guys. The only annoying thing is the death shepherds will resurrect the dead ghouls. And you won't get experience from anything that's been resurrected, so keep that in mind. Okay, next up is the Blue Jay. He's hanging out, what is this? I guess, almost directly north of the Crag's waypoint. And he wants us to get rid of some eagles, which does start the quest, Reclaim the Blue Jay's Nest. Okay, next up is the, what is this? The Grimishka fight. It's just a bunch of, these must be like some sort of cats or something. But anyways, from the monastery waypoint, you can actually climb up to the side, and that's kind of the way that I've started. I know that there's a fight down here that we might be able to get, that we're going to be able to get some potential experience from, but I wanted to avoid that for the time being. I wanted to see if there's another way that I can kind of go about that, so we'll see. But anyways, like I said, you kind of just climb up. There's some vines there, and you can jump across into this area here. All right, so actually, I tried to take a look at this this conversation from up above, but it didn't work out. The cutscene kind of, I guess, actually kind of just skipped, and I didn't really want to do that. Unfortunately, is that a gnome? I think that's a gnome. Just dies very similar to the Grimforge battle, or the Grimforge scene with Nair. There doesn't seem to be any way that we can do anything with Corliss. Also, the other two gnomes look like they're just like teleported out or something when we start this battle. But I didn't want these Githyanki getting inside the crush. I wanted to take them out here. So that is why I've started this battle. I think I am just going to finish them off here too. I don't think that either of these two is important for anything important for anything inside, so I'm just going to finish them off. Alright, next up is going to be the big battle with the Kobold Looter. There's actually one that kind of wanders into this room that I'm in right now, drunk. So basically this is kind of like the entrance of the monastery, and if you go right through here, there's a broken window that you can pass through. And so I'm just going to try to take out, let's actually see if we can take out some of the sleeping looters from stealth out here. I've got one. But yeah, anyways, I'll take these guys out, and yeah, that'll be it for this little segment here. Alright, so I just wanted to add this in here. I actually found a kobold looter inside one of the fire wine barrels, so just keep in mind that as you go through this battle, you may want to knock those open and check for any kobolds inside. Okay, next up is the eagles, or the battle with the eagles. You'll want to make sure that the ancient giant eagle uses its calling reinforcements ability, and then just let it finish actually casting it. I guess it's kind of like a spell, I guess. The last time I attempted this, she used it, and then reinforcements never came. So I'm not sure what happened there. I even passed a bunch of extra turns, and they never popped up. So something may have happened when she was trying to use it. I'm not sure, but anyways, just make sure that finishes, and it will call in. I believe it's 3 additional eagles. All right, so I just finished the quest here with the Blue Jay. It gives you a pathetic 10 experience. But then, as we always do, we need to finish this guy off. Actually, you know what? I don't think he deserves to just be knocked out. Let's take him down. There you go. 1 experience. Good stuff. Okay, next up is just making sure that you finish the quest, or I should say the little puzzle here inside the monastery. Once you've put the correct weapon on each of the pedestals, the door will open up here, and inside the pouch you'll find a letter as well as the Dawn Master's crest. So again, just make sure that you get that before moving on. Okay, so next up is actually a bit of companion approval that you can get with, let's see here, it's Shadowheart, Will, Gale, and Karlak. And that is when you interact with Svarshkethk. There's a persuasion option to basically stop him beating this kid. But all of my companions, or at least those 4 companions, are all capped out on their approval. So I'm not even going to bother. Okay, so the next part here was just interacting with the Zaithisk. So that is the contraption here within the, I guess on the west side of the infirmary. I noticed that, and I've been kind of knocking out all of the Githyanki on the way here. I did knock out the doctor there, but it wouldn't actually let me interact with the Zaithisk until I finished her off. So I actually toggled, non-lethals back off and then took her out. At that point, I was able to interact with the Zaithisk. And you get initial approval with Lae'zel, and then there's another option where you tell her that she wouldn't have found this place if not for us, and that we were going to go first, or the main character is going to go first to be purified. And she gets actually some approval out of that as well. So at that point, there's 3 checks that you need to pass, and once you've successfully passed all 3, you get the Awakened buff, and here it is in the character screen there. It says you can use all of your Illithid powers as a bonus action. So definitely a pretty cool ability there, and I definitely think that's worth it, especially for somebody like I've used all of my tadpoles on the main character. I haven't used them on anybody else, so I think it made the most sense to do that.
Inspection any day now.
Okay, so next up, we're speaking with Karsh Ko.
What would you do with it if I entrust it to you?
And actually, what we need to do here, Lae'zel and Astarion are the only 2 members that are only 2 companions that still need approval, or I can still generate approval with. And unfortunately for this conversation, it's one or the other. And in this case, the one that I want to, or the conversation option that I want to use, is only for Lae'zel's approval. So I'll switch back to the main character, and obviously I've moved to now Astarion out of the range of the conversation. And what we want to do here is, obviously I had to pass a persuasion check first, and then he asks what we're going to do with the egg if he entrusts it to us. And you'll want to go with the top option. I'll raise it as if it were my own flesh and blood.
That's what I feared.
And there you get the Lae'zel approval.
Well.
And the other nice thing is it's going to get you the Varsh Koku's boots, which I think is like acid resistance. Yeah, acid surfaces don't affect you and you're resistant to acid damage. Okay, next up is just north of the Kreshilek waypoint. We've got a pretty big battle here. And you got to really do this kind of sneaky, otherwise these Githyanki get away from you. So open up the door and swap to somebody else. Unfortunately, we're going to miss out on the entire conversation, but you can always watch that and then redo this part. But basically what we want to do here is get all of these characters in, into combat right away. I'm actually going to use a wall of fire here. This seems like this is the better spell to use. You can't go too far forward because otherwise you'll get stuck in conversation along with, I guess, like my main character right now. But anyways, I'm just going to make a wall of fire here. We'll just stretch it. Right. Oh, can I not? There we go. Oh, no. It's not liking where I'm putting this thing down at, I guess. Target is blocked. Uh-oh. I wonder if it's where I'm standing, which would not be good. Can't move too far forward here, otherwise I'm going to get sucked into the conversation too. That looks like that might work. Alright, let's try this again. Oh wow, I can really stretch this out. Let's try to see how far this will go. Oh. There we go. Okay. If you don't do that, and you just let the conversation finish, all of those Githyanki will run out the door. And I think once they've started running, there is no way to get them to stop. Even if you engage them in combat, they'll just keep running away. And I have no idea where they go. Maybe there's a way to get the experience from them in some other way, but I have no idea, and I would rather just torch them right here and now. So that is the way I start that battle. Okay, next up is the Inquisitor's Chamber. That is, you know, the northern end of the Kresh. And we need to have a conversation here with Triwargaz. Probably not saying his name right, but it is kind of crazy, to be fair to me. So I'm just going to rip through these dialogue options here. Most of this stuff doesn't really matter, like the weapon, what does it do? I mean, you can learn a little bit. What's the grand design?
Don't give it to him.
And then basically you need to do produce the artifact, gives you some approval with Lae'zel. And then Vlaakith shows up, and kneeling will give you a little bit more approval there with Lae'zel. This one, this option I don't think actually really matters. And then the next one, I'm just going to go with I can't do that. The person inside protects me from the absolute. I think that's actually going to... Actually, no, I'm sorry. This option here is unfortunately going to give us a little disapproval with Lae'zel, but... if you say, yes, I will enter the prison and kill the occupant, a bunch of the other companions will disapprove. Shadowheart for sure does. I think Gale did too. I don't know about Astarion. But I'm not going to go with that option. I'm going to say no, in fact, maybe I'll free the one inside. And then Lae'zel, obviously he's not happy about that. But what we want to do here is go with the persuasion option. Follow my lead, you need to trust me, whatever comes next. And then this is actually a pretty nasty check of 18. Alright, here is the success.
Very well. Come, we must enter...
if you don't do that, there's actually an option where Lae'zel will actually just stay here and won't join you, which I don't think is a good idea. We'll end up coming back here and wiping out the rest of these Githyanki, but I'm just gonna head on into the plane.
Don't do it.
All right, next up is a little conversation here. After you speak with the dream visitor on the astral plane, Lae'zel will want to know, kind of what's going on. And all you need to do here is just go with the open your mind and let her into your memories. If you try to use this persuasion option, you won't get any approval out of her.
Thoughts become one.
All right, so there's a conversation that happens between Lae'zel. She'll have a little exclamation point over her head after the big battle here in the creche. And what you want to do here is go with the second option, which is an impressive show of faith. Will it be enough for your queen? And that gets you the approval with her. I gotta be getting really close, too, with her. Oops. Yeah, a little bit off yet, but getting there. All right, last thing to do inside the Githyanki creche is actually to mess with these two statues. The left one needs to face the back wall, and the right one needs to face the opposite direction. And this is on the west side of that final area. And I think we need to just probably get these out of the way. I guess I'll take that stuff, right? Let's move. Can I move this stuff? Throw. Let's throw it. Let's throw that out of the way. Got it. Alright, there we go. There it is. Journal updated. Find the blood of Lathander. And you want to have that, I forget the name of this. What was that thing called? This thing, the Dawnmaster's Crest for this. If you don't, I think this place will, like, basically detonate. So yeah, just keep that in mind.
Time to rest.
If thou readst this, trespasser, turn back, lest your life be forfeit.
Oh, I vaguely remember something about the energy source too. I think we have to destroy this. Let's try that. There we go. Oh, that's right, and we have to disarm this.
How delicious.
Easy peasy.
Let's move.
No one stopped me yet. Seems simple enough.
Lathander's light may be infinite, but his mercy is not. Return. Now.
Alright, let's go into this little tunnel here.
Someone there.
Got another trap to disarm.
One step at a time.
Tricky, tricky. Alright. Just climb right on back up here.
Looking ahead, they should all be running.
Blood of Lathander, as I barely live and hardly breathe.
Oh, cool. The amulet says that. That's kind of cool. Alright, there it is. The blood of Lathander.
Ornate mace hovers before you, suspend a fist's oversized piece of amber flecked with crimson is set in the handle, emitting a radiance all its... This mace must be the legendary blood of Lathander. The amber is said to contain the blood. The glow
All right,
around
let's
the
reach
mace
into the light.
sparkles with beautiful... You recall all the measures meant to... The brutal aches in your body yearn to take it. Though you sense it will spell misfortune.
Claim the mace and delight in its danger. Oh wow, a lot of disapproval there.
Everything.
Get me out of this thing before the whole building collapses! I'll work.
Okay, so one of the things that you can, there's two ways to kind of go about this. You can put the what is this thing called again? The Dawnmaster's Crest in here, and that will just get you the blood of Lathander. I kind of want to just grab it though, because you get some approval with Asterion. I'm gonna try this. I'm not sure though if this is kind of gonna work out the way I want it to. I'm gonna reach into the light and take the mace, and then claim the mace and delight in its danger. And that does get you the approval with Asterion. I noticed though when I had my other characters too close, they were getting disapproval. I brought Shadowheart and Lae'zel with. And so just keep that in mind, that they will not be happy with that. And also it does set off this gigantic trap thing, so I'm not sure here if let's see if I can put the item inside after. I'm kind of curious if this... Ah, there you go. There you go. Alright, well that's the better way to do it. You know, that way you do get just a little bit of approval out of Asterion. But here you have it, the Blood of Lathander, pretty great mace, 11 to 19 damage. Once per long rest, when your hit points are reduced to 0, you regain 2 to 12, and allies within 9 meters also regain 1 to 6. And then Lathander's Light sheds holy light in a 6-meter radius in combat. Fiends and undead standing in the light are blinded unless they save a Constitution saving throw. And it's a +3 weapon, and then it also has the Sunbeam, which is a level 6 evocation spell. So this thing is just nuts. Okay, so one of the last things that I needed to do before leaving the region was to uncover the Blue Jays find, which, if I remember right, was just total garbage. But we'll dig this up. And, yeah, we'll take a look here, but I vaguely remember this being pretty bad. A loot. At least there's some gold, I guess. Some poison. This is junk. This is junk. Alright. Well, there you have it. The Blue Jays find. Very unimpressive. One of the last things, though, or I guess actually the last thing here, is the Steal the Githyanki egg. I'm not sure quite what I'm going to do with this one yet, but something... I vaguely remember not wanting to actually hand it over to whoever this person is. It sounded like it would be a better idea to hang on to it, but we'll see here. Okay, so I landed on actually giving Lady Esther the, or Esther? I don't know, is it Esther? Esther, I think that's Esther. Anyway, I persuaded her, gave her the owlbear egg, and then persuaded her that she should just trick her employers. That way, I think that's just going to be a better outcome than giving her the actual Githyanki egg. If you do that, apparently it murders like a bunch of the Society of Brilliance or whatever her the employer is, right? Like she wants to take it there or whatever. So anyways, that didn't seem like that was going to be the best way to go. It sounded like most likely we're going to lose out on some experience from that. So again, just gave her the owlbear egg and told her to, kind of convince the employer that that was the egg. But Anyways, that is it for this one. That is the entire mountain. What is it? Mountain path? Yeah, this whole area. So I'm going to end this one here, though. As always, hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.